2 minutes to the gentlelady from Virginia.
Gentlelady is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to personalize the remarks alluded to by our ranking member. Because I was born black in Virginia, raised there. I represent the former capital of the Confederacy. My entire family was raised in the former Confederacy. And for my entire life, I've lived in the shadow of Robert E. Lee and his fellow Confederate generals. He was a looming presence in my hometown of Petersburg, where the former Fort Lee sits. He was a looming presence in my neighborhood. And I'm going to talk about the monument that the gentleman from Virginia alluded to. One of the largest monuments to General Lee stood for 130 years around the corner from my house, which is ironic because General Lee himself did not believe monuments to Confederate generals should be erected, because he recognized that countries where there is a civil war, monuments to the losing side help to foster wounds that haven't healed. That's exactly what happened in this country. That monument and many others were put up as part of a backlash to the social, political, and economic gains of formerly enslaved people during Reconstruction. Another wave were put up as a backlash to Brown versus Board and the gains of the civil rights movement. When that monument came down, I felt a weight lifted off of my shoulders that I didn't know I was carrying. It was the burden of having to drive past a man who fought against the country he swore to serve to keep my ancestors enslaved, who himself owned people who could have been my ancestors and was documented to be horrifically cruel to them. We are trying to recruit a diverse armed services. We need to recruit the sons and daughters and granddaughters of the descendants of slaves.
Gentlelady's
and
time
having
has
them
expired.
walk into a building on a base named for their former oppressors is not going to create a welcoming environment. I yield back.
Gentlelady's time has expired.